Oh, wait, there we go. I sort of lost the back of my remote here, but basically, we're going to be doing the loadout guide today for Grover, and I want to play Grover. I like playing Grover. Grover's always been one of my favorite characters to play, so we're going to be doing the guide on Grover. But the problem with Grover is that he's just not as effective as I would like. Grover is one of the hardest hit healers by Cauterize. It's Genos, Pip, Grover. And the problem with Grover, he does do that passive heal, that 80 health per second when nearby. Which, to be fair, is what you get out of a Genos heal with Cauterize, so that's kind of... Shit, why do I keep sneezing? He doesn't deal damage at close range, really, so you can get up at his face and kind of bully him. And his healing, while solid, just isn't the greatest thing in the world. And part of the problem is loadout cards. When you look at the loadout cards, you're seeing already I like run most of the same cards together. I am kind of congested, but I got coffee in the works. I'm just waiting on that. So let's look at his cards. I'll show you some of the reasons why. So the first thing you want to start is you have Rebound. This increases the amount of healing you get while below 50% of your health. And the downside to this card is that this does not affect you. And I always have a problem with these types of cards on healers, because if you're healing yourself and you're not getting the effect of the increased healing, that's kind of weak. That scales up to 25%. We chillin'. It's not really the greatest thing in the world. You have Force of Nature. Horrible card. Not only does it have an internal cooldown on it, it does not have a strong enough shield. It is a 750 shield for 3 seconds. Again, if I'm not getting 1,000 out of a shield, I don't really want a lot to do with it. So, because if Shaolin can destroy it with one shot, why do I want it? Not a good card. Bark Skin is good, increases your base health. It does make him quite tanky. Okay, that's just weird. I'm just gonna... Anyways, Bark Skin is really good because of the fact that it helps increase your health and make you a bit more tanky. The downside is you're still going to get countered out completely by Cauterize. Adrenaline is one of his best cards, and I'll be showing you my most common build that I've been running. It's called Quick Blossom. So I run this with Ferocity because that increases my damage scaling at range, so I deal more damage. Basically, so I run Adrenaline at 5, so the faster I get elims, the faster I'm resetting the cooldowns, and I can kind of just burst out L2s left and right. The problem with Adrenaline, though, is you have to get that elimination to get the cooldown, and Grover's one of those healers that you're not always going to get the elim on. Whether you're dealing damage or whether you're assisting somebody, it just doesn't always happen. Most of your Blossom cards are good. Most of your Vine cards are kind of good. And most of your Cripple Throw cards are kind of good. But you need a build for it. So, I don't like Heavenly Agility, where it increases the pull speed of the Vine. That basically means what you're doing is, when you throw your Vine out and you're pulling yourself in, you go faster. I don't really like that card. This is a better card, movement speed, after using the Vine. But, the problem is, it's just not... It goes up to 40% and it's great, but damage reduction on him, to be honest, is better than the movement speed. He's not a healer that really benefits from the big chunk of movement speed as much. This is a pretty bad card. This is dropping below 15% of your max health, reduces the cooldown of Vine by 100%. Does have a 30-second internal cooldown. The problem with this card is, if you're going to make a build around Overgrowth, you need to have Vine Grasp and Agility at 3. So you've already taken 6 points out. So if you're going to have a build around Overgrowth, generally you're going to have to put that at a 3 or higher to be effective. Because you can't run that as a filler. That's just a garbage card. You're not going to get out in time. Vine Grasp is a good card. That is my favorite of the Vine cards, just because Grover, you're never really sure what range you have, so I like the increase in range, because pretty much you can hit anywhere on the map and just vine over to it. Pickup. This is only a good card if you're planning on running Chop Down at a high level. Chop Down at tier 5 is really good, because it gives you a 4-second cripple, because that's insane. The downside to it is, if you know, a lot of people like to run Deep Roots with that build. Deep Roots doesn't really work with all these. So you have Chopper, where when you hit an enemy with the cripple throw, it heals you for up to 500. It's not really that strong. The downside to this card specifically on Deep Roots is it doesn't stack. So you're only going to get that initial 500 heal when you hit somebody. It's not going to chain. If it chained like Grok does with the Maelstrom heal, then I would run that card more. This is an interesting one where it increases your movement speed up to 50% for 2 seconds. That is great if you're trying to go for a close range bully. But the problem with all of the movement speed cards on Grover is he's just not a character that benefits from having movement speed at close range, because he doesn't have the close range pressure for it. You have Pickup, where hitting an enemy with the cripple throw reduces the cooldown of the Vine by 1 second. That's a good card to have, but it's also conditioned upon you using another ability to get that cooldown reduced. So pretty much, like, the only card I really go for is Chop Down. Chop Down's about the only card I'll go for out of that. I'll go for Barkskin, I'll go for Adrenaline, I'll go for Vine Grasp. The rest of the cards, I don't mess with. Most of what you're going to need are your Blossom cards. So you have Verdant Expanse, which increases the radius of the Blossom. This should be in every single build that you have for Grover. It doesn't matter what level it's on, it's just good to have, because it's basically increasing the area of effect for your healing. You have Perennial, which is the downside of this card is it's only good at 2 or 4, and it's giving you a 1 or a 2 second cooldown, so you're going down to a 9 or 8 second cooldown, which is nice. But to be honest, I've been finding that Adrenaline is stronger. That's why I've been running. I like eliminations reducing cooldowns stronger than base cooldown reduction. Gentle Breeze got nerfed massively. Yes, it is a 4-second speed boost, but it's down to 20-25%. I run it as a 20% speed boost, and the problem is it's just not that strong. Yes, it's a very large area of effect, but it is a valuable card. It's just not as valuable as it once was. That's the only downside to it. And you have Unstoppable, which is great, but you have to put 5 points into it for the 30% damage reduction. And it's a solid card. I don't know if it's still glitched or not, where it gives the immunity. It gives the damage reduction to everyone that you heal. That used to be a glitch. So we have Tree Tank, which is this basically, we have the extra health, we have the extra damage reduction, we have a 9-second cooldown, a little bit of a radius increase, and Adrenaline just to tick down the cooldown a little more. Chain Gang, so we have some extra health, some extra radius, we have the 4-second cripple, and then every time we hit a cripple, we're going to get the cooldown of the Vine down by another 3 seconds. Quick Blossom, which I already explained. Around the World, this is kind of a get in quick and heal. So we have the max range on the Vine, we have the max range on our Blossom, a little bit of cooldown reduction on Perennial. If you notice, I have like 2 points to spare. I usually put them into Perennial, and a little extra health on Barkskin. And then you have Speed Boost, where we have the max radius, we have the 20% movement speed, we have a little bit extra health, we have a little bit extra cooldown reduction, and a little bit extra cooldown reduction. Pretty solid builds. So we're going to jump into a game, and we're going to see how effective it is. The downside to Grover on Onslaughts and TDMs is that the maps are a bit smaller. You're going to get out a bunch of healing, but you're going to be hit with Caught more often. And Cauterize is the bane of your existence. Like, Caught 2 can just completely nullify your healing sometimes. It's not good. Okay then, so we're not... Still have the Nightmare Horse off. I'll switch that. I'll just show off all the titles I have.
Siege.
A lot of...
Select
Wait.
a champion.
It put me on a siege.
Champion your own.
Wait, what? I thought I had it for onslaught only. Wow. Okay, so I've got to think, what build do I want to go here? I've got to really look at the enemy team to determine what I'm going to go with. I'll tell you what, I'm going to do this. I'm going to go get a cup of coffee and I'll be back in a minute.
The spirits join me.
Ash, Io, Victor, Ying, Strix. So Ying's more than likely going to go Focusing Lens, Strix, Victor, Michael Burr, Angel, Rubik's, Meemaw. They're squatted up. So, for the range of the map, you go Ferocity. Normally, I would consider going Quick Blossom, because that's the standard build, but I think I want Tree Tank here. I think I need that damage reduction. Well, actually, no. No, I can go for the Quick Blossom build. I'll just bring out the normal one and put on some Haven. So what do we got? Cardio, Guillotine, Cardio, Life Exchange. Ooh. This team is not going the direction I thought they would. Scuttle Spam, Pluck. He has Chronos, which is weak. Zinj could buy an item, like Caught would be nice.
3, 2, 1.
Io running.
And so it begins.
She's running Fortress Breaker. Okay. It's the route I like to take as a healer, because it gives me a bit more stealth. I couldn't get to that thing in time. I'm just getting bullied here by the Caught. God damn! Yeah, that Caught one just keeps me from healing. What the fuck does the Victor keep doing? Yeah, I can't. I don't know what this team is doing. This is why I want an onslaught. Like, what the fuck is this?
Enemy killing spree. Flash out.
Fuck me. I have to use that to heal myself. I'm gonna step out like an inch.
Enemy killing spree.
Sorry, Makoa. Then you kinda need to back out a little bit there, buddy.
Enemy double kill.
I needed to back out there a little bit. I have 2 healers, and we don't have nearly enough Caught. I cannot heal you over there. Blow that, come on. That's not good. I can hit him with the cripple so he can't run away for a second. That's all I can do here. Our Victor is just retarded. He just sits in the back, but he's not even putting out damage.
An enemy is savage.
I can't keep Makoa alive. Try and get his win. Nah, I couldn't, and I wasted the heal.
Enemy killing spree.
I said not gonna be a winnable game. Oh, it is. Ash's cauterize is insane because she can apply it so quickly. That's the thing with Ash, where I always tell people, like, if you're gonna play Ash, you need to buy cauterize on her because she can apply cauterize so easily. Like, the damage she deals doesn't really matter. It's the cauterize that she can apply. People tell me, oh, no. I need Deft Hands. I need Wrecker. No, you need cauterize. No, fight the point. I have to just stand here because I can't see jack shit. This is a bad fucking team. You're gonna die.
Enemy killing spree.
Is he throwing? Oh god, this is throwing. One of the only good players on the team. Yeah, I'm dead here. I'm gonna retreat because y'all. See what the build after like looks like when you can actually get some help.
Enemy double kill.
I think I'll save it for a tier 2. Guys, great. What is the problem with tanks overextending lately? I've been getting so irritated with the tanks in this game. Like, as a tank man, they just fucking overextend to death. Fucking shield. I tried to get in there and hit. No, we lost it.
30 seconds Enemy killing spree.
Yeah, I can't.
You have failed your king.
Ow! This is why I don't run, by the way, sieges in this. I run onslaughts for the test builds. Thought I'd show shit off because an onslaught, that would have been a little bit better off, but I gotta talk about the cards and shit like that. You see how just cauterize just hurts you so bad. Like, there's not a lot you can do when there's cauterize in play. But, thanks for watching.